True Blue Nation. Dodgers Report.
What's up, Blue Crew? Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your channel for deep dive analysis and exclusive news on our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, bringing you the inside scoop and the information that truly matters to us, the most loyal fans in baseball. Before we jump into today's news, which is one of those moves that seems minor on the surface but reveals a ton about our front office's strategy, I need to ask you a favor. If you value direct, no-nonsense analysis with information you won't find anywhere else, then become part of our nation. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. Your support is crucial for me to continue bringing this exclusive content to the Blue Crew. Let's get straight to it. On Friday, the Dodgers made an announcement that caught many by surprise. One of those decisions that showcases our front office's relentless mindset of finding competitive advantages wherever they can. The club selected the contract of outfielder Justin Dean, a name that might not be familiar to most casual fans, and simultaneously optioned fellow outfielder Ster Ruiz back to AAA. To complete the chain of moves and open a spot on the 40-man roster, first baseman Lucan Baker was designated for assignment. At first glance, it looks like a shuffling of depth pieces, a routine part of the long MLB season. However, I assure you, there is much more beneath the surface. This is not a random move. It's a surgical and calculated response to a crisis that has been brewing on our roster. Injuries. Let's break down who Justin Dean is. At 28 years old, he isn't the typical young prospect we're used to seeing get the call. His journey to Dodger Stadium has been long and arduous. Drafted by the Atlanta Braves in the 17th round back in 2018, Dean spent his entire career in the Braves organization, grinding it out in the minor leagues, always on the cusp of an opportunity that never fully materialized. This past December, Andrew Friedman and his scouting team identified him as a valuable depth piece, signing him to a minor league contract. It was one of those quiet acquisitions that barely makes a blip on the newswire, but is a hallmark of this front office, finding specific talents who can fill precise gaps. And now, that bet is paying off. Dean's call-up isn't a reward for his development, it's a tactical necessity. He is here to do a very specific job, a job that has become crucial with the absences of players like Ha-Seong Kim, Kike Hernandez, and Tommy Edman. Think about what we've lost with those three players on the injured list. Kim gives us an elite presence at the top of the order, consistent contact, and versatile infield defense. Kike is the soul of the team in many ways, a quintessential utility player who can handle 7 different positions at a high level and brings infectious energy. Edman, another strategic acquisition, offers speed, elite defense, and a switch-hitting bat that gives opposing pitchers fits. What they all have in common besides versatility is the ability to impact the game without necessarily hitting a home run. They are disruptive on the bases, intelligent, and defensively sound. Their absence creates a vacuum, not of power, but of speed, defense, and baseball IQ. And that is precisely where Justin Dean fits in. His stats in Oklahoma City this year tell the story. He's not going to wow you with batting power, but his speed is elite. We're talking about a player with over 30 stolen bases in AAA, an outfielder who covers ground with impressive quickness, and someone who can change the outcome of a game in the late innings as a pinch runner or defensive replacement. The front office isn't asking Dean to be the next Mookie Betts. They're asking him to be Justin Dean, a specialist whose primary tool, speed, has become a glaring need. This call-up is shocking, not because he's undeserving, but because it's an acknowledgement from the front office that the current situation demands an unconventional solution, a specific tool for a specific problem, rather than simply promoting the next best hitter in the pipeline. It's a chess move, not a checkers move. Now, let's dissect the other two parts of this equation, as they are just as revealing. The Ster Ruiz situation is fascinating. He was called up on Thursday and optioned on Friday. To the casual fan, this might seem chaotic or even unfair to the player. But in the world of MLB roster management, this is a reflection of ruthless efficiency. Ruiz was most likely a 24-hour insurance policy. Perhaps the front office was awaiting a final test result for one of the injured players. Or maybe they needed an extra body on the bench for a specific matchup that never materialized. By optioning him quickly, they maintain their flexibility and make room for the piece they truly believe fits the longer-term need, which, at the moment, is Dean. Ruiz possesses elite speed, perhaps even a notch above Dean's, but his approach at the plate and his defense are still developing. Dean, at this point in his career, is viewed as a more finished product when it comes to his specific role as a defensive and running specialist. It was a clinical, emotionless decision focused solely on optimizing the roster for the immediate challenges ahead. And that brings us to Lucan Baker, the player who lost his 40-man roster spot. Baker's DFA is the quintessential example of the Dodgers' philosophy. Baker is a player with one massive, legitimate tool: power. He can launch the ball out of any ballpark with ease. However, he is largely a one-dimensional player. He plays primarily first base and doesn't offer the speed or defensive versatility that this organization covets. On a roster where every single spot is precious, the front office was faced with a choice. Keep a power specialist with little flexibility, or open that spot for a player like Dean, who, while not a top-tier prospect, offers a tool, speed, defense that the major league team desperately needs right now. The decision to cut ties with Baker signals that in the construction of the ideal Dodgers roster, versatility and the ability to fill multiple roles outweighs one-dimensional power, especially for spots at the end of the roster. It's likely another team in need of a power bat will claim Baker, and the Dodgers front office is comfortable with that because the flexibility they gain by opening that spot is, in their view, the greater asset. Putting all the pieces together, this trio of moves paints a clear picture of the Dodgers' strategy in the face of adversity. This isn't about panic. It's about precise problem identification, evaluation of internal assets, even those on minor league deals, and decisive execution to deploy the most logical solution. It's the next man up doctrine in its purest form, but with an added layer of tactical specificity. They didn't just look for the best available player in AAA, they looked for the right player for the right role at the right time. It's that meticulous attention to detail that has kept the Dodgers at the top of the league year after year. Ultimately, Justin Dean's call-up won't dominate the national headlines, but it's a microcosm of the Dodgers' organizational excellence. It's a move that prioritizes the team's immediate need over a prospect's pedigree, and that values an elite tool, speed, to offset specific losses, and that demonstrates a willingness to make tough decisions like Baker's DFA in the pursuit of roster optimization. Now, I want to hear from you. What does the Blue Crew think of this strategy? Do you agree that the injection of Dean's elite speed and defense is exactly what the team needs during this stretch of injuries? Or would you have preferred the front office to bet on a prospect with a higher offensive ceiling, even if it meant less immediate impact on defense and the base paths? Your voice is crucial in this community. Leave your analysis and opinions in the comments below. Let's debate it like the nation we are. And of course, to ensure you get all of our detailed analysis and exclusive news as soon as it breaks, subscribe now to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, and turn on those notifications. I'll keep you here at the center of the action, bringing you the truth behind every Dodgers move. Until next time.